Hey everyone, this is Tony LeBron with Upliftv, and I have with me Tim Mahoney. He is the director of Patterns of Evidence, and they have a new edition called Young Explorer that's geared for kids. It's very exciting. Tim, welcome. Tell me a little bit about Patterns of Evidence.
Patterns of Evidence is a film that took me 12 years to make.
Okay.
And it was my own personal crisis when I was told there was no evidence for the Bible. I had a crisis of faith.
Absolutely.
And I ended up searching for 12 years, and there actually is an amazing pattern of evidence that shows the story of the Exodus, and that's basically what the first film was about. And then later on, kids would come to the showings, and I thought, you know what, we need to create a product just for young people. So this is a series called Patterns of Evidence, Young Explorers, that's from ages 7 to 15. And it's 5 episodes of their adventure searching for evidence for the Bible.
That's amazing. And so in this search, where did you start? Who did you meet with?
When I first went, I went to Egypt, and so I'm
so
meeting.
You traveled all the way to Egypt?
Yes, I've been to Egypt several times. I've been to Israel quite a bit, and so we basically went to the very locations where the events happened. So we actually searched for the story of Joseph and the early Israelites in Egypt, and guess what? There's an amazing pattern of evidence that matches that story.
Amazing, amazing. So the Bible is backed up by historical facts.
The Bible, what I would say is, because I'm talking to a lot of people that aren't necessarily people of faith,
right.
I'm saying, well, what does the Bible say? What are the events that we could look for? And we look for those events, and what we are finding is that there is evidence that matches the events of the Bible. And the first one is the arrival of Joseph and his family into Egypt. Then we look for their growing in the enslavement of the Israelite people. Then we actually look for plagues in Egypt, and we find that in each one of those.
We know, if you've seen the 10 Commandments or Prince of Egypt, you know about the plagues.
Right, and so each episode of Young Explorers, we give the kids an assignment to go read their Bibles, and then they come with me on the adventure, and we find evidence that matches those events.
How amazing. And so the edition is for it's called Young Explorers, and this can be used as a home group, homeschooled kids?
Yes. Okay. We have a new homeschool curriculum coming out, but we also, if you're not a homeschooler, you can still watch this with your kids, and there's a home Bible study that you can have as a family.
Amazing.
So it's really a cool thing. And I think what's really important is today, kids are going to be told, as they get older, that there's no evidence for the Bible.
Yeah.
But this shows that there is evidence, and that I believe that it's very important we know that there's a history to our faith.
Amen. And the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he gets old, he will not depart from it. So how awesome to be able to teach really difficult subject, right, to kids in a kid way that they can understand.
Could I tell people how to find it?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, you can go to our website, Patterns of Evidence, patternsofevidence.com, and you can learn more about it, and there's a whole section there that talks about it, and you can also sign up for Thinker Update. So if you're interested in the Bible or archaeology and evidence that matches it, these films are really great because we actually show all sides. And you get to basically decide. But the evidence for the Bible, these patterns are so powerful that people are loving it.
Awesome. Patterns of Evidence, Young Explorer Edition. Tim, thank you. Thank you for producing this.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.